Oh, 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 oh. Good morning, Roll Gang, and welcome on inside to a fresh episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. I am your host, Processor Sky, joined by my beautiful co-host, Rachel. How you doing this morning?
You're
Well, we're both co-hosts. I'm not host and you're co-host. We're co-hosts together. So I don't really know how to say it. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Yeah. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. I have a coffee. So I'm always good when I have a coffee.
You look great. You smell even better.
Oh.
I can't even imagine if you guys could smell her right now. Man, it's hard to focus. It is hard to pay attention, not gonna lie. But really fucking excited to get on into this What Would You Do Wednesday episode of the show. What really does that entail?
Whatever crazy story he comes up with and asks, what would you do?
Yeah, basically.
So in a certain situation, we've had a couple of them in the past. They've been pretty good.
Decent.
I'm excited to hear which one is today's.
They're getting there. It's a little philosophical debate.
Yeah, philosophical debate. Today he said it's a little grim. So I'm kind of scared.
Yeah.
Sad. I don't like grim stories, but okay.
Yeah, I'm excited to break down this story. Have a nice chat. Hear what Rachel would do. Hear what Vinny would do here on today's episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. Super excited to smoke some up with the Roll Gangsters, just like we do every weekday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, on all the streaming platforms, because after all, we are blessed to have opened our eyes another day, and we are blessed to roll a joint another day. In other words, we have awoke, so now we smoke. Really fucking excited to sesh up with you guys. Let's get this show going officially while I roll up. Welcome on in to another episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake every weekday morning. Shout out to everybody tuning in on all the streaming platforms. You guys rock. We love session with you guys every weekday morning. Got a couple name sponsors of the show because they make it happen for the Roll Gangsters and help out the Roll Gangsters and make the Weekday Wake and Bake possible. First and foremost, Rachel and I's proud alma mater, Oaksterdam University.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Why do you say alma mater?
I really think that's how it's said. I used to say alma mater, but I looked it up one time, and I think alma mater is whenever you belong. You know what I mean? Like whenever you are actually in school. Like your school is your alma mater. And then as soon as you graduate, it becomes your alma mater. That's just what I found on Google. I could be totally wrong, but...
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, Rachel and I both graduates, so alma mater, I think is the term. It's the first ever cannabis college. Like, there is this beautiful plant that sets a vibe. People consume it for fun and for medicine. And basically, it's been illegal for so long, and there's only one school that could have been first at educating the masses on cannabis. Oaksterdam University is that place. You can use promo code Rolling Spoon for 10% off your tuition. Cannabis business courses, cannabis horticulture.
What course? Bud tending.
Yeah, that's the one you took?
Yeah.
What is bud tending?
Bud tending is basically your legal pot dealers.
Yeah. Legal pot dealers. Honestly, that's me. That's what Rachel is going to be prospectively getting into here, doing a little pot trapping learning all of our essential cannabis knowledge at Amsterdam University. I know, Vin. It's so
He's
fucking
so
excited. Yeah.
He loves Amsterdam just as much as Sam.
Yeah, both of us. And also we love our other name sponsor,
The Rolling Spoon, the first ever all-in-one cannabis multi-tool. It helps you seal the deal and roll a dime every time. So if you don't have one, you should really get one.
Yeah, hit us up in the DMs. Would love to wake and bake with you guys the same way every weekday morning. We roll up a perfect little dime with our handy dandy rolling spoon. And also want to give a shout out to these super dope beeswax tips.
What is that?
Yeah, the next 5 shows I'm going to be rolling up with a filter made out of beeswax. They're super dope. They have some flower seeds in it. Not cannabis seeds, but if you were to toss this joint paper on the side of the road whenever you're done, it actually plants seeds. So it makes you feel a lot better about disposing of your herb. But yeah, these beeswax tips and this rolling spoon cannabis multi-tool make an awesome, awesome combination. And I am super fucking excited to roll up and get on into this What Would You Do Wednesday story on today's episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. So basically, yeah, I have this story I've been dying to tell you guys about this man in a car accident, and it's really a shit show this morning. The Weekday Wake and Bake shit show. And we wanted to just hear what you guys would do in this given scenario. And honestly, I would like to hear what Rachel would do in the scenario that I have preloaded. So I'm gonna finish up rolling this joint. I gotta tuck it, lick it, and seal the deal. And then we can get on into this What Would You Do Wednesday episode of the show.
Alright.
Bang bang.
Ready? I want to know what I would do.
Yo, damn straight. Are you excited to hear this story?
I am.
I'm excited to tell it. Indeed. I'm going to so check it out. The other side of my rolling spoon is a poker. You can use it to pank down the excess paper. And then my favorite, I never really close it on the show because we don't go anywhere, but if you were going somewhere with this joint and you wanted to keep the herb safely within the paper, you can use your joint locking mechanism to fold in a succession of circular folds to close off the end of the joint. Bang. That's the shape of the poker tip, the patented joint locking mechanism. So really, I'm going to just spark it up, but let's get on into this What Would You Do Wednesday story, Rachel.
Right, I'm ready.
Are you? Are you really ready?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Nice lighter, by the way.
Yep, shout out my Good Morning Roll Gang lighter, sparking up every weekday morning. Let's get this show on the road. So, basically, there's this kid, right? We'll name him Kyle. So Kyle is a let's give a shout out to the people chilling in the chat. We got Hemp with Gigi. We got Sky is in the building. We got Ty Hudson. What's up, Ty? Great to see all y'all this morning. Good morning back to Cali 420 Love. An absolute crazy chat this morning. Love to see it. Great to see all you guys this morning. I hope you're having a nice smoke as well. Having a nice smoke of this vanilla frosting this morning. Absolutely delectable. Absolutely delectable. So, our good friend Kyle, he just graduated his undergraduate college program over at the University of Wisconsin. And so he is looking to go to a graduate program, right? Applying to a bunch of grad schools, trying to figure out where the next step is. So he applies to his dream graduate school in Chicago Loyola. So he wants to go to graduate school over in Northwestern, or yeah, I think I got them mixed up, but whatever. He wants to go to graduate school in Chicago and gets accepted. Boom! So the acceptance letter comes in, going to Chicago for graduate school. You know what? It's time to fucking celebrate. So Kyle meets all of his friends over at the strip area near the college, downtown college in Madison, Wisconsin. Right by the school. They're getting nice and vibey. Kyle doesn't drink though. You know what I mean? Kyle likes to smoke. And so the weather starts to turn and it starts to get gloomy while they're in the bar and the rain starts coming down. So Kyle's about to drive back to his place, driving through the woods, and all of a sudden in the corner of his eye, he sees some dude chugging back a big pull from this glass bottle, a giant pull of some alcohol. And then all of a sudden he's wobbling, and boom, he falls flat in the middle of the road right where you're driving.
Okay.
You see it clearly. You're not drunk at all, haven't had any drinks. Kyle hasn't had any drinks, and he's fully aware of this dude that falls in the middle of the street. Slams on the brakes to try to stop, but it's raining. And so the car starts to slide. All four wheels just stopped, but sliding on the wet pavement. And all of a sudden, skadonk. I know, that's the really grim part of this story. And this drunk, homeless guy that took a big pull of his alcohol and fell straight into the middle of the road is dead. I know. Is that a little bit stressful? Is that a little bit hard for the show? Normally?
I mean, it's a bit much.
Yeah, I know. It really
But
it
go
really
on,
is grim.
what's the...
So you're in these backwoods. Kyle doesn't know what to do. He just ran over somebody. There is a huge ass mess on the street. The rainwater is already washing off his car. Is he going to call the police and report what happened? Or is he going to drive off? What would you do?
Okay, so... Are you saying that, so Kyle is the stoner, he doesn't like to drink or anything, so he hasn't drank anything. Does he have other people with him in the car?
Mm-mm.
So he's all alone.
All alone, in the rain, driving home, sober as shit.
Does he have, like, marijuana on him or anything? What his one concern would be as to alcohol? Because I think any decent human being should call in that moment.
Should call the police? But, I mean, he just got accepted to his dream school.
Okay,
And
so...
if he gets, like, so
but you're
one
gonna
thing...
want to live with a hit and run for the rest of your life?
Well, one thing I forgot to mention is how homeless and smelly the guy that died is. You know what I mean? One of those people that really clearly doesn't seem to have a family or a home. Like, really tattered, worn clothes, homeless, doesn't look like he has such a great life, was drinking on the street. You know, drinking in the middle of the woods.
Well, then he should be able to state that to the officers or anybody that shows up. I don't think it would
Agreed.
ever be a good idea to be involved in an incident like that and just flee the scene. Like, that's
Hit and
not
run.
okay.
Yeah.
Like, you can't
You might be able to get away with this scenario.
You might be able to get away with the scenario, but I know personally, for me at least, my conscience would never let me get over that.
Mm-mm.
You know, like you.
And the hit and run, you're going away for life. If you kill someone and run.
Yeah, like I think that would be 100% better. Like obviously there probably will be some type of consequences or repercussion for that, but I think that like it would be so much better and a judge would be a lot easier on somebody if they came and called it in versus if it was a hit and run and they ended up finding out who it was.
Yeah.
I mean, but even if it is a homeless person, like every life truly matters.
Every life does matter.
So,
and honestly, that doesn't make it that much of a difference. You're right. At this point, Kyle killed someone. And it's kind of a shitty situation no matter how you cut it. That's why we ask, like, what would you do in these scenarios? But shit, like, you're right. Like, that is the right thing to do. Call the police. Rely on the system for your freedom. Yeah. But that's just what it is you're literally...
system that's very broken and everything, but at the same time, there still has to be compassion and humanity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it is a really tough situation. That's, you know, I
would call.
You would call?
I would.
I don't think I would. And here's the problem. Like, in a lovist society where you're truly innocent until proven guilty, sure. But the way the police handle things now, like, this whole story is hinging on the mood of the officer that arrives when you call. You know what I mean? The whole outcome of the story. So you call 911, and the whole outcome is based on the mood of the human that arrives on the scene in the cop car. You know what I mean? And personally, if I were Kyle, I just got into my dream school. I am driving straight to a car wash. And I know, you're right, like, I would have such a the biggest one who would pay in this scenario is me. Like, I feel like shit for that for the rest of my life.
You're the biggest one that would pay somebody who lost their life.
I know.
They paid the biggest price.
Well, yeah, but you're right, probably, but they're chilling. You know what I mean? Like, they don't know. They're dead. I personally want to use my life as a platform to spread love. And I just don't think that I'd be able to...
You're not spreading love by leaving somebody that you hit. Like, it would be your fault.
You're right. You're right. And it's a tough situation. I think
it reminds me never to get in the car with you again, if that's what your answer would be.
Seriously, I think I would. You know, I would use the rest of my life as a platform to live up to his honor.
I think honoring him would be coming forward, because what if there is family that he has or something? Like,
I don't want to know.
Could be a homeless vet going through a lot of stuff and having a drink and
could have literally been a lost dad. Like, yeah, we don't know.
You wouldn't call?
They just look homeless. You know, they look homeless.
Okay,
they're
so
loaded.
That's judging somebody.
Yeah.
What if I go out in a raggedy old hoodie and some sweatpants
and you get lost in the woods? That's what you would look like too. Yeah. If all you had was a bottle of whiskey and just chugging it. You know, I mean, I personally don't think, I don't think there's a right answer. But, like, if I'm being honest with you guys, and I, accidentally, by myself, in a rainstorm, ran over someone who seems homeless, and I have the opportunity to get away scot-free, I am going to go straight to the fucking car wash.
I would hope that there's a camera in those woods to catch you then. Yeah.
Well, if there were, cameras, I would probably call.
Well, you should always assume that there's cameras.
In the middle of the woods.
You should just do the right thing.
Yeah, you're right. I might get caught. And you know what? It might be a much worse situation, but
yeah, you would get caught. You would eventually get caught. Yeah.
But man, it is a tough situation. Real grim story for Kyle. Would absolutely love to hear what you guys would do. Hemp with Gigi, absolutely killing it. Mercedes missed the question, just came on. Yeah, make a call to the lawyers before the cops, says Hemp with Gigi and Mercedes. That's probably a great fucking maneuver. A little third party option with Hemp with Gigi and Mercedes. I think that's the love of the show. Sky is my pops. He says, Sam, call. Your unconscious mind needs closure. I think that's true. But personally, I think I'd be able to find a little closure. I would never tell anyone, and I would spend the rest of my life hustling harder to like make up for that. You know what I mean? I'd never be able to actually make up for it, but I'd be living hard, like 2 lives for one. I would be the only one that knows. So I'd be the only one that feels it.
Yeah, but you should just care anyways, you know?
Well, I do care a lot.
But, like, it's not like, oh, I just killed somebody, now I have something to live for and just prove. Like,
Well,
that's what you're kind of
right.
making it sound like.
Well, no, like, I'd feel like shit. Like, I'd be scared to drive in the rain. Like, I'd be scared of all this shit. Like, and realistically, it could have happened to anyone, you know? Everybody who drives gets, like, lost in the monotony sometime. You know, you're on a 15-minute drive, and 9 minutes in, someone that you don't see jumps out. Like, you only have so much time to react. It's a tough-ass sport. And, like, personally, there's a white line. If you cross the white line, you're in danger. This dude got drunk, crossed the white line, and was laying in the middle of the fucking shit. Like, I personally, like, my unconscious mind would take a monster hit. But I don't think calling the cops would personally help me that much.
Okay, well, you don't like cops in general, so...
Maybe that's the factor.
Reason.
Maybe that's the factor. You have a little bit more trust for the people you're going to call than me.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. But absolutely love all the comments.
Oh my gosh.
So bomb to sesh with you guys and chat it up. Everybody tuning in. We got Ty Hudson, Hemp with Gigi, Mercedes, Sky is, Callie 420 Love, an absolutely ruthless chat on Instagram. Love to see it. It's just such a vibe session with you guys every weekday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific. Every Wednesday is What Would You Do Wednesday, a brand new philosophical debate. Hopefully next week I can come up with something a little less grim. But tomorrow is, what the fuck is tomorrow?
Canon News Thursday?
Canon News Thursday, where we go over the latest and greatest in cannabis industry news. Me and Rachel putting on our Anchorman caps and getting on into the news. It's always one of the best days of the week because there's good content.
Yeah.
So we're going to see.
Thanks for visiting my show today. You've been a great visitor. Love having you.
You're welcome. It really has been a pleasure. Shout out the homies over at Fleur, though. We were just visitors over at the Cultivation, Rachel's first ever cannabis cultivation tour. Fucking masterpiece over there.
Yes.
Fleur producing some top shelf. Come and buy some from me over at Medicine Dispensary tonight from 4 p.m. to probably around 10 p.m. Let's be real. And I absolutely love you guys. Rachel, want to close out the show? Quick shout out sponsors and then kiss to the roll gang.
Thanks so much for watching this What Would You Do Wednesday. Hopefully you would call just like me and not live with that for the rest of your life. But yeah, shout out to WWnB University and the Rolling Spoon for making this show possible. And we really enjoy it. We love you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Mwah. Great closer.
Thank you so much. Been really